This matchup is huge. Two powerhouse teams, John Force Racing and Don Schumacher Racing, in the person of John Force and Jack Beckman. There's Force. Won here 7 times.
And we talked about Larry Dixon reaching 500 career round wins. How about John Force reached 1,000 career wins last year in St. Louis? His crew chief Austin Coyle, he's seen it all and he's done it all. But obviously right now, we talked about it on a race day show, they need a win. It's been 20 races since they've even been to a final round when they won last year in Topeka. So they would like nothing better than to get this shot here in Atlanta. But right now, trying to get around Jack Beckman. Jack and that team, Johnny West's been doing a good job. That car runs good, runs consistent. It's a tough matchup when you pull up against Fast Jack.
You saw the special sticker as they celebrate the Mustang 45th anniversary on all of the Ford cars starting here this weekend, most notably right there on John Force's car. Well, Jack Beckman took out Robert Height in round 1. John going to make him pay for it now?
He's going to try. Good race.
Yeah, good try. A 4:14.296. Beckman takes down John Force. Saw Bernie Federley as he was getting ready to radio the information to John. And Jimmy Prock, remember he and Robert Height. There's Robert too. Kind of wondering what Beckman has going there. It's good.
Slight advantage on reaction time to John Force, even though he went in, staged a little bit deep like we talked about. It was running 263 at the 8th mile. Went a 4:14 with an 8, just came up short of Jack Beckman's 4:14 with a 0. The margin at the stripe was just a little over 0.03 of a second. Look how close that is.
Boy, and so Jack Beckman now will face Tim Wilkerson when they go to the semifinals. John Force, well, going to give a lot of interviews, wave at a lot of people, ride his scooter. And in the pits, Jack Beckman is back there already. His car all set because they go up against Tim Wilkerson when they come back to Atlanta Dragway. Stay with us. Now, funny car. There's Tim Wilkerson. He faces Jack Beckman. Wilkerson hasn't been to a final round this season. Jack Beckman is looking for his 8th final round in the 18 races in 1,000-foot history. And there's the Lucas Oil funny car ladder. Beckman and Wilkerson now, and Ashley Forrest Hood is coming up in just a moment to face Tony Pedregon.
Coming into this round, Tim Wilkerson has the better car on paper than Jack Beckman. The car's just running consistent and running a little bit quicker. You can never count out Fast Jack, and the conditions are ripe. You know, I mean, the crew chiefs can get after. I mean, I like the fact that I saw Spencer Massey go out there and rattle the tires, and it drove through and hooked up. That tells you that you have a tight racetrack. There's 2 reasons. It was tight enough that it went into tire shake because it is that tight, and the number 2, that it didn't smoke the tires when it did that.
Jack Beckman all the way, 4:15, 304 miles an hour. His car owner, Don Schumacher, pleased with that. Now we'll see who will Jack face. Will it be Ashley Forrest Hood once again? Didn't work out so well.
You see that Tim Wilkerson had to backpedal the car. Probably went into that tire shake. He felt it and decided to backpedal. Jack Beckman did not have that problem. Same lane that Spencer Massey was in. I didn't see any tire rattle there whatsoever. The car was a little bit soft. A 4:15 probably wasn't a great run for the conditions, but it was good enough to get him into the final.
And the reaction back at the starting line, yeah, Jack did it. It's a rematch of the final at Houston. Ashley Force and Jack Beckman. That one was won by Ashley. Gary Gerald.
Mike Edwards talking across there and he's making the comment, interestingly, to Jason Line, I couldn't find the groove. Can you tell us about that, Mike?
The glare was so much, I couldn't find the groove. It was just like just really, I don't know how to explain it, just couldn't see it. I was in the groove, out of the groove. I think I was off. I'm real fortunate to win, especially against Jason.
Thank you.
So the side-by-side burnouts for Ashley Force and Jack Beckman. Ashley, her car has been so stout this weekend, Mike.
Oh, that's an understatement there. I mean, just look at her runs in elimination, a 407, 408, and a 407, and that big speed of 312 miles per hour, the fastest to the 1,000-foot in the second round against her teammate Mike Neff. And I'll tell you, Jack Beckman, he's a little bit behind the performance, but he's gotten better each and every round.
Yeah, about 0.05 of a second behind in performance, Mike. Talking with Johnny West, he knows his car can go in the 4.0s, but he says making that big of a jump right now probably is not the smart way to race this racetrack. He's going to lean on it a little, try to get a couple, maybe 300s. Perhaps maybe the car will run that fast, but he says definitely he needs a car that'll go A to B. As far as Ashley Force, Dean Guido Antonelli, and that crew, he says as long as the track is good, the conditions are still out there to continue to dominate like they've done all day long. And let me tell you, I believe the track is there.
And remember, too, for Ashley, she ran over 312 miles an hour today, the fastest speed ever in the 1,000-foot era of funny car racing. John Force and her mother, both at the starting line, watching. Beckman's up, Force is up, Ashley Force Hood and Jack Beckman. Ashley has to shut it down. Jack Beckman takes the win. Ashley can't repeat what she did last year. And Jack Beckman, it's his third win in the 1,000-foot era. 17th different funny car winner in the history of Atlanta Dragway. Dave Reef.
Well, down in this gaggle of MTS Mail Terminal Services, folks, we find the crew chief of this effort, Johnny West. And Johnny, you played it exactly like you told me. You had to keep it close to the vest, make sure you had a car that went down the racetrack.
Well, you know, the biggest thing is that this whole Schumacher group, they've come over every round and helped me out, helped me think it through. And I couldn't ask for a better group to help me think it through because it's so much to get confused by. And it's just like this group is the best group in the world right now to work for.
It's late, but you won Atlanta.
Congratulations to Johnny West and to Jack Beckman.
Help me out of this crap.
Well, let's take another look at this. This was going to be an excellent race. At half track, they were pretty much side by side. Ashley was running a little bit faster. I got to believe something went away in the engine. Let's take another look at it and see if we can tell. The car did drift over towards the center, but it looks like I don't believe she shut off. I got to believe that something just flat broke because she was running 266 miles per hour at the 8th mile. It was going to be a good race. You saw the backfire right there. Something went away in that engine, I got to believe.
Yeah! Career win number 7 for this man, which ties him with Frank Hawley, and I know Frank Hawley's your guy. That has to have special significance.
Yeah, Frank's got a couple of Top Fuel too. I wouldn't trade my Super Comp wins for his Top Fuel, but that's awesome. This is why we race him on the drag strip, not on paper. That car's been the best car for the last few weeks, and Ashley's doing the greatest job driving. But to get Valvoline and Mail Terminal Services and Don Schumacher, thanks for the opportunity. I'm going to have some happy guys on the crew. Gates Belts, Trigicon, these guys that are helping us out, the Matco Tool people. It is so rewarding to stick this car in the winner's circle. And you're wondering, am I going to get a win again? I flipped my visor down, I put anti-fog on everything, and it fogged up. This is going to get interesting. I tried not to look at the stage bulb because it was so bright up there. So I just looked down at the tree, took off okay. It made it because it's dark down there. I was a bit scared. Yeah, honey, I won. Jason Daddy's coming home with the hardware. He calls them the Wowies. Yeah. Luann Bishop, happy birthday, girl. Yeah.